Welcome to the David Daily Show for December 7th. It is Sunday. I'm incredibly excited to be here. As always, we are just a little bit later today on Sunday. Did have a little bit of a sleep in rest period this morning. But if you're seeing this on LinkedIn or on YouTube, if you're seeing this on Twitch, Instagram, or Kick, or if you're even on TikTok, please post in the comments. Tell me where you're tuning in from. We've already got Benjamin, and we've got Shuda, and we've got David, we've got Jesse, we've got a handful of people who are already tuning in. So if you want to catch the pre-show, you can always catch me at David J. Goecke on TikTok. And if you're here for the first time, this format takes a very simple format. It takes a format of current news. So what is the latest and greatest that we want to talk about? And we love to jump right into the current news of the day. And we have a little ticker here. We do current news in three main areas. So the first main area is thanks for tuning in from the For You page. If you're on the For You page, please click in. So the news segment takes a very simple format of what is the current news. So yesterday we were talking about the Discover and Warner Brothers and Netflix acquisition. So first of all, yes, Netflix is acquiring Warner Brothers. How crazy is that? Also, flashing hot news, the Big Ten championship was last night, and guess what? My Indiana Hoosiers won the Big Ten championship. If you're tuning in for this, that is the most important news, in my opinion, obviously, because, well, let's face it, best team ever. And so I'll just have to say a quick segment on that. I've recently been carrying around this Kelley School of Business bag from my laptop. And I was going through some old college stuff the other day, and I was like, you know what? I really love this laptop bag. And so I'll share that with you on the Beyond the Bag segment, which is the third segment that we have on this show. After we talk about current news, we go into AI and faith, and then we talk about quantum topics as well. So I'm very excited about that. And I'll just say this, that if you're tuning in for the first time, please like, please comment, please subscribe, please share this with a friend who needs to see this news. And oh, by the way, if you've never seen this type of a concept before, I would love for you to just lean in and listen in for the first 5 to 7 minutes. Every day we'll be talking about news for the first 5 to 7 minutes. And then of course, we will be very quickly moving into AI topics and concepts. And that's what I love about the AI and faith aspects. We get to do that. Okay. Also, finally, is we're going to have an artificial intelligence demonstration today on the show. I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome just to show you kind of what I've been building behind the scenes and how you too can do the same as well. So, news for today. So, there is a Medicare scam that is rising, targeting seniors. So, with this new Medicare and health news, if you're an aging senior, I would just say if you're anyone over 50 and you've tried technology maybe for the first time, be aware of some of these crazy scams that are going on out there. And just remember that there are a lot of different things going on in the world today. And so you always want to double verify. If you get a text message and it looks weird, ask a friend. It never hurts to say, you know what, I don't know what I don't know, and I want to lean into the technology. So that is one of our news concepts for today, one of our news topics. Also, in other news, Meta acquires an AI wearable startup. As you know, the AI wearables industry is just emerging, it's just starting to grow. And according to the LinkedIn news segments, there are a handful of people who are building live on the wearable space and wanting to make that a part of their go to market strategy. Now, if you don't know this, Meta, aka Facebook, who owns Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Threads, and their Meta Quest AR product, has doubled down on Ray-Ban's integration for their wearable sunglasses that have video recording capability. Now, this is pretty controversial in the sense that some people love it and other people don't. And it looks like we've got some more people tuning in. Let's just see. Oh, it's so good to see people tuning in on Instagram as well. So, in other words, it you know AI is kind of controversial. So, if you have a perspective or an opinion on that, would love to hear it. And then finally, um, we actually saw the BlackRock CEO make a pretty big statement um, about cryptocurrency. He came out and said that, oh, he was actually going to start to put Bitcoin or BTC and USDT into the portfolio of assets and goods. Now, this is not financial advice. This is just news. I'm not a financial advisor, full disclaimer. But it's kind of interesting when you have such a large company like Big Rock or BlackRock rather investing into UTC. And then finally, Excel, if you know Microsoft Excel, it just celebrated 40 years, especially as AI reshapes and reforms all of technology and Microsoft. Can you believe that it was 40 years ago that Excel came out? How crazy is that? I'm not even 40, and most people who are watching this might not even be 40. Okay, David A, what's up? We got David in the chat. Got some more people in the chat, which is awesome. And so the next portion of the show is quantum topics. I love this because I'm learning alongside just as you. And so the purpose of the quantum topics portion of the show is to discuss emerging technology. And there's lots of emerging technology around us every day. Quantum, of course, is one of those. Now, if you're not on Threads, Threads is is Meta's platform. I would encourage you to get onto Threads. Threads is a platform that I particularly really like. It gives us the ability to talk with each other just like Twitter or X. And in addition to that, there are lots of kind of current news topics on Threads. So I like Threads particularly for that reason. I also like it because there's no ads on there yet. Obviously, any platform that is ad free is a platform for me. And if you're not on Threads, please follow me on Threads at David Goecke. You can find that on my Instagram or my Facebook, and we will get connected on there. But I recently posted a quick question asking people, okay, what is a quantum topic that you'd like to talk about? And I had a really interesting response, which I wanted to share here with you. The interesting response was, well, what specifically, what quantum topics are you discussing in terms of kind of like which domain are you talking about? And I'm just going to share this on my screen real quick, see if this will show up. The reason why I'm sharing this right now is because I think it's super interesting that I have people already asking, well, what aspect of these quantum topics are you interested in? And so you can see here this person, Czar Soul Not Found, the Legend of the Z, technical SEO nerd. They say quantum in which domain? Computing, physics, or strategic quantum level operators? And you know what? I said, why not all of the above? So, Quantum Topics is a section to bring on quantum experts. And in January 2026, we will be having more guests on the show that will be focusing on quantum topics in quantum news. So, if you're interested in quantum, anything quantum related, please tune in to Quantum. Really appreciate that. Also, on TikTok, we got a flash goal. I love it. Guys, there's a flash goal. If you are on TikTok, please tap in, join us. If you're on Instagram, thank you so much for joining. I see Alyssa. Thank you for joining, Alyssa. And we've got Yvette as well. Great to have you on the show. And we've got so many people, Rashida. We've got people tuning in from all over. If you're actually tuning in on Kick platform or on YouTube, would love to hear where you're coming in from and would love to kind of hear what is top of mind for you. Okay, so the next piece and segment of the show is the AI and faith aspect of the show. I love this aspect because we are very excited to be in a place where we can focus on nonprofit and social causes. And the nonprofit that I care about most is AI and faith, where we bring the world's wisdom of the world's religions to address the issues that we have in emerging technology, which there are many. And so Global translation in the Christian world is leveraging the power of AI to translate the Bible. How incredible is that? Christian educators and communities all over the globe are adopting artificial intelligence for Bible translation, which you can imagine if you've never had a written language, or maybe you've never been able to understand the truths of the divine scriptures. And of course, there are many scriptures, the holy scriptures, there are scriptures that, and lots of holy texts that have been written over the years. Being able to translate them not only into your own language, but into other languages is an incredible scenario for artificial intelligence. We also know that Jewish educators are debating AI's role in stewardship and wisdom. So, if you have the concept of stewardship, which is to be a good caretaker of your goods, and wisdom, which we talked about yesterday, which is really kind of understanding knowledge, truth, and making good decisions, how is AI supposed to be embedded into that system? And so that's why in AI news, we like to discuss Christian perspective, Jewish perspective, and Muslim perspective, who is expanding AI supported Quranic learning tools. I know we talked about this yesterday, but if you're wanting to learn about a faith or a religion, building learning tools in your own language, in your own culture, is a perfect opportunity for AI to kind of come in and be that support system. And then, of course, we had talked about mindfulness and compassion practice for the Buddhists, where mindfulness, yoga, and compassionate self compassion, compassion for yourself, is such an important aspect of the Buddhist faith. And then Hindu institutes, you may see here in the ticker, are integrating AI into the Vedic study traditions. Now, I don't know much about Vedic study, but if you're Hindu and you want to come on the show to talk about it, I would love to have you on the show as well. We'll be able to book very soon to be on the show. And then, of course, we talked about Catholics are utilizing emerging AI tactics for ethical frameworks. So I was actually doing a little bit of exploring yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, well, what would be an awesome area of experiential learning? And one of the things I looked at and looked into was actually Harvard has a world religions class. I don't know if you knew this, but Harvard has a world religion certificate that you can take and better understand the center of the world's religions. So I'm just going to pull that up here for you because I think it's really interesting where you have the Center for the Study of the World's Religions inside the Divinity School. And so if you're interested in studying that program, you can go look at that program on, guess what, the Harvard website. And so I'm just going to share that right here. We've got this beautiful Harvard website here. You can go in and look at none other than Center for the World's Religions. And in that is a topic called spirituality for the non-religious. It's really quite wonderful. So what does spirituality mean for those who are non-religious? That is a question that we can dive into on a different time when we have an expert in the room for world religions on Harvard, or if there's any other experts who are interested in being on the show, go ahead and share that with us today. Maybe let us know why you care about that, and maybe then we can find a Harvard certificate expert who would maybe want to come on the show. So if you're on LinkedIn and you are an expert in the faith, go ahead and let us know. So also we have all of the free courses as well on Harvard, which I won't get into, but there's many, many free courses and certificates that you can take online. That is a personal favorite of mine. If you look at this right here, you can actually see Harvard itself has Harvard University free courses, right? Building personal resilience, creating modern China. I mean, there's so many data science, linear regression wrangling, human anatomy, musculoskeletal cases, invasions, rebellions, and the fall of Imperial China. I mean, there's so much here. Modern masterpieces of the world lit. So you can actually take these classes for free. And if you want to audit it, then you can take a quick test at the end and actually audit this class. So I really like this because it is a free resource and I'm all about free here on the David Daily Show. I absolutely love to showcase opportunity where we can take most advantage of what is free. So stayed consistent the whole time. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I love that. Absolutely. Thank you. He says, the first time I met David, he was speaking of faith, stayed consistent the whole time. That's absolutely right. Now, this portion of the show is the artificial intelligence demonstration. Do. We'll eventually have like, I don't know, some transition, whatever, in the new segment. But for right now, you're gonna have to put up with me, which is great. And it looks like we still have Alyssa on. We have others on as well. So great. Shoulda as well. David. Yes, a live AI demonstration. So on TikTok, I'm going to eventually need to get TikTok Studio so that I can share my screen as well on there. But for right now, if you want to catch me, go catch me on YouTube. And so what I really like about this demonstration is that we have the opportunity to actually share this into the live feed. And I think that my studio is actually frozen. Ah, the studio is frozen. All right, let's see if I can get, yeah, my studio is frozen, but that's okay. We'll keep moving forward. So basically, in this demonstration, what I want to share with you is that we took the live show to a new level. And we basically said, all right, what we're going to do is create a very simple flow that takes a video on StreamYard. And basically, that video on StreamYard will, oh, here we go. Perfect. So now we've got this video on StreamYard. And what we're going to do is very simply make a StreamYard to Google Drive auto uploader. So what this means is if you're on a platform like StreamYard, you can take your StreamYard video, download it to your machine, and then automatically upload it to Google Drive. And so what I'm doing for this is actually using Python on my computer. It's so easy. Go to python.org and download Python. It was so funny. I asked AI how to install and download Python, and I was like, go to python.org, go to python.org, and it was like, click the big button that says download. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go download. I was like, click the big yellow button that says download Python. I was like, okay, sounds good. I'll do that. So I clicked download Python. And then, of course, you can install it on Linux, on Windows, on Mac OS, on Android, and any other platform. And then all you have to do is open up your terminal, and I'll show you what terminal looks like. It is a very, very simple terminal app. And once you're done with terminal, you can actually see what Python version you have. So I'm going to show you what the terminal looks like after you've downloaded and installed Python. So when you go to get Python, you'll get to the terminal, which is right here, literally. So this is what the terminal looks like. It's just a very simple code window. And so you can do this. You can do Python, you can do version, and it will show you, oops, Python. How to see what version of Python I have in terminal. I think I'm just got the nomenclature, just Python -v, Python -v, command not found. All right, well, that is what typically happens. I'll look at this later. Python 3, Python Python 3 version. There we go. Okay, so it is Python 3.14, which if you know anything about numbers, I love numbers. I love pi, actually. So here we go. You got my MacBook Air, and you can see that we have Python installed. And then once you're on this, you can do all sorts of little things once you have Python. But if you don't have Python on your computer, you need to get Python. That's kind of like the first table stakes for AI. Okay, so now that I have that, I can go look at all of my folders on Python. So basically, the first thing then was to make a directory. And so the way I make a directory is I go back here, and you can type ls to see what directory you're in. So you can see all my directories. Look, right? See? And then I created this one down here called StreamYard Recordings. Now you can make a directory by just typing into your feed what like you could type into AI, be like, hey, how do I make a directory in terminal? And it's actually pretty awesome what comes up, because it's like, oh yeah, you could just make directory called StreamYard. And I'll show you what that looks like here as I go back to share my screen and just show you that, oh yeah, this actually is very possible. So you go back into your window here and I'm using this. This is another browser called Comet. Now, Perplexity AI came out with Comet, which is a browser. And so right here, you can see um, it says Claude AI. So today, Claude is one of the industry leaders, and Claude um, is a really fantastic aspect. Yes, I see a comment here that says, "Hey, might I ask you some questions later via DM?" Absolutely. We would absolutely love that. That would be pretty sweet. And it would be awesome to um, have you show that right here. May I ask you some questions later via DM? Yes, absolutely. Please do that. That'd be great. Wonderful. And we'll get that. I also see Lewis Jean join. Great to have you on the show. And let's see. Shika B is also. Right click the icon and click advanced. Okay. Linux master. I love AI, so I'm so happy. Okay. Love that. Little quick break for the comments. All right. So here it says make directory StreamYard recording. So you can just click copy here. And then what you can do is go back to your terminal window, which I'm actually going to do right here. Stop the screen share. Go back to my terminal window. Terminal is just the command, right? And I can click right here and I can click paste. You can see this. I already have this. So it's going to say file already exists. Awesome. Love that. So the file already exists. We're no longer needing that, but that's exactly how you would make that directory. So we've done that already. Now, as we go back and look to the window that we're just in, which was kind of the instruction manual, if you will, always read your instructions. So you can basically install a script to download Watchdog, which is going to monitor that StreamYard folder, and then a Google API Python client to upload to it. So I had done some of this work already. So you download all this stuff, and I had gone down here. So I'm actually going to download all these files. So I had created all these files, the uploader, the com uploader, etc. And I've got all these now in my window, and I'm ready to do the next step. So what is the next step in my Python flow for this StreamYard recordings flow? So we're just gonna like do this together, and so we will actually be able to see what this looks like. So I'm going to close this out. Now, oh yeah, we need to go to the Google console. I do remember them saying this yesterday. So basically what we're gonna do is go here. So we had Python installed already, which was kind of the next step. Then we needed to set up Google Console. So I think that was right here. So have Google Console set up. So basically you need to go to Google Console and what's up, Shika? AI for religious studies, discuss AI use in faith. Yes, that's exactly it. Okay, so I agree to the terms and conditions. Get $300 in free credit. Okay, great. So now I'm just going to kind of pull this up. Sign in with your Google account. Click the project dropdown. Click new project. Okay, awesome. So select a project, new project. And I think it recommended that I use, I'm just going to put these both right here. New project, name it StreamYard Uploader. So I'm going to click StreamYard Uploader right here. No organization. Okay, that's fine. No organization. That's fine. Just click create. All right, awesome. So now it's creating the project StreamYard Uploader in my Google console. So this is how you get connected to your Google console, which is great. Love that. And then once it's created, let me know and we'll walk through it. So, okay, it's created. What's next? right? So you kind of just talk to Claude, and Claude will kind of walk you along the way and say like, hey, this is what I should do next. So now I need to go to this URL, which I'll open this link right here. And now it is going to a Google Drive API. Make sure Stream Uploader is selected as a project download, which is right as a project file, which is right up here. So we have StreamYard Uploader as my project picker, and I have the Google Drive API. I absolutely love it. I'm going to click Enable. So now StreamYard Uploader will have access to that Google Drive API. Okay, so this is a step-by-step process. That is all done. So let's see. Perfect. So now I'm going to zoom back out. Looks like I've got all of the things connected here. Like there's lots of things on screen. I don't exactly know what's going on here, but the API is done, so that's great. Okay, now configure the OAuth consent screen. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and it's going to tell me to select external. Select external, click create, configure OAuth consent. So search for documentation, get started. Here we go. Oh, app name, perfect. So app name is StreamYard Uploader. Okay, so sometimes when you don't know exactly what to do, like I just zoom in and I just start from the top, right? So like if you see a big window and you don't know what to do, just zoom in, like full stop. And so OAuth overview has not configured yet. Get started. Like that's all I can do when I'm on the zoom in. So I just click get started. And of course it says app name. So I put StreamYard Uploader in here. User support email. So user support email is just going to be my regular Gmail. And then I'm going to click next. And then it says developer contact email, which is my email. This audience is internal. Yeah, this will not be available for people outside my organization. Okay, cool. That's awesome. External, basically meaning, hey, yeah, like your app is starting in testing mode. And once it starts in testing mode, then we'll be able to enable that further, which is awesome. Love that for this little app. Okay. All right, bye. I see a couple people are leaving the TikTok or the Instagram feed. That's cool. All right, so contact email. This is actually for notify about any change to your project. So I'm actually going to put admin@goecke.ai, which is my administrative email. Finish. And then, guys, we're clicking create. Woohoo! We are clicking a project configuration, which is great. Click save and continue. You'll land on a scopes page. Okay, so I'm just going to say next. All right, so now Claude is taking us through the next steps, which is awesome. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You said right-click the icon, Linux master race. What exactly do you want me to do right there? Okay, so on the scopes page, what we're going to do is click in the search/filter box, type drive.file. So in this search, it says click add or remove scopes. So I'm going to zoom out. Okay. Maybe it's create OAuth client. Maybe. Application type. Nope. Okay, so maybe it's like create. So I'm just going to go here, click add or remove scopes. I'm just going to type that in here. I don't know where it wants me to do this. So no health recommendations, you haven't configured. So what I'm going to do here is just take a screenshot of this and put this in here and just be like, I don't see that. I don't see that. Please review that below. So yeah, typos don't really matter on this type of thing. So that's pretty sweet. And by the way, if you're tuning in to this, thank you so much. This is an artificial intelligence demonstration. Click audience on the left sidebar. It says add yourself as a test user. Okay, so click audience, add user. So uploading says the testing. Okay, here, add a user. So I'm just gonna say maybe, so biz runner. No, like here, add user, cool. So I added myself as a test user, which is great. Awesome. And then what? Save it, then click clients in the left sidebar. So clients in the left sidebar. Awesome. We're making progress here. Oh, okay. It wants me to create an OAuth client. So create client. Okay, here's what I see after application type. So I'm just going to zoom in again. And then I'm just taking screenshots of this stuff, putting it into Claude and saying, what do I do next, right? So I'm going to do that here. What do I do next? Oh, find the version. Yeah. So on Python, I'm just looking at the comments here, trying to help me find the version. So thank you so much for that. When you're looking for a version, what you want to do is just download the latest version. Okay, so this is in click application tab drop-down, select desktop app. Okay, so desktop app right here. And then StreamYard uploader. And then click create. Awesome. Okay, so all created. The client ID can always be accessed. Okay. I don't think I wanted to show that secret on live stream, but that's okay. There will be a download JSON button. Click and download that file. Okay, so oops. Actions. StreamYard uploader. Okay. Click create. After that, you'll see a screen with your credentials. There'll be a download JSON. Oops. Okay, so basically I can be like, I clicked out of that. Like, how do I get that back? So I'm just gonna go here, be like, oops, I clicked out of that. How do I get that JSON file? So right here, boom, 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 boom. The blue link in the name column. Okay, so blue link in the name column, and then download client secret. Here we go. Okay, awesome. And I think I can create a new secret later as well. So okay, so then next I have that JSON file. It's in my downloads. Right now I'm putting all of my downloaded files into a file. Open the terminal and make directory StreamYard uploader. Find the JSON I'll have along like this, move it and rename it. Okay, so I can actually just put these in the folder. So my StreamYard uploader folder. So now I need to go back to the terminal, and it's going to have me do some stuff in the terminal, which is cool. So I go back to the terminal, and I'm just going to like sit in the terminal for a second, which is cool. So I'm going to go over here and remove this, add, oh, oops. I'm going to share my terminal screen here. So you can see this. By the way, if you're tuning in for the first time, this is the long form demo. This is definitely the long form demo of how to do what? Take a video from an online file location and then put that file into Google Drive, because that's what we want to do here. And so I'm going to get that terminal window open and showcase that here shortly. Share screen, window, terminal window right here. Here we go. We've got the terminal window. Okay, I think we can finish this. Okay, so basically we need to, first of all, from the terminal, we're going to start with, oh, my hair is kind of crazy. We're going to basically start with the StreamYard upload file. So use the same directory structure as earlier, which StreamYard, we have what? StreamYard recordings. Yeah. Okay, so we're basically going to use this. So what I'm going to do is, so basically whenever you have like a bit of text that comes in, like you want to basically say, okay, I know that it's giving me some code, but before I post that code, what I need to do genuinely is I need to modify that code. Okay, so here's what I do. I bring up what I personally really like, Sublime. And again, this is a text editor. So if you're joining us for the first time, artificial intelligence, nice to have you here. This is called Sublime Text Editor. So now what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna move this file from my downloads. So I go to my downloads folder. Okay. I find the name of the secret, and then I copy that whole file name. So right here, this is the file name, boom. And then I'm gonna just call it credentials.json. So basically, now I can copy this and I can go back to my terminal, right? And once I go back to my terminal, I can paste that inside my terminal window. Now, if you're having trouble with any of this, feel free to pause this video or whatever, but I can come back here, paste that here, and click enter. And then it says terminal app would like to, I'm getting a permissions window, so I'm gonna allow that to happen. Now I'm going to show ls, and I'm gonna go move, or sorry. So the next step is I've got that here in StreamYard recording. So basically what it is, I put a credentials file in there. Now what I'm gonna do is go to my next step. Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I agree with you. Basically, the sentiment is as long as I want to accomplish something, I put my mind to it, I definitely can. So, what's the terminal code for browsing into a directory? And yeah, so basically, I want to move in the terminal through the directories. Oh yeah, that's right, CD. So I could CD and then to see what's in there. So I like this. So basically, I just ask my AI a question like, "Hey, I'm really curious. What do I have to do to make this terminal code for browsing into a directory?" This is my question. And it says, "Oh yeah, just do this in Bash, and then you can also bash the ls. So I can just copy this, and then I'll show you exactly what that looks like." So this is the basics. This is like table stakes to AI. Like you need to know how to get into your terminal window. So I go in here, I'm gonna paste. Now you can see my directory down here says I'm in StreamYard recordings. I can click ls. And there we go. I've got a folder called uploaded and I have a folder called credentials. Awesome. Absolutely love that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna also move my uploader file from downloads, which I believe my downloads folder does have the uploader Python file. So I'm also gonna move that as well, MV. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my directory reference is right. So I'm going to move back. So CD, I think you can do this. Yeah, to move back. So if you do CD dot dot, that will move you back. And then I'm going to move that file. And I'm going to go press the up arrow on my keyboard. And I'm going to go into that directory again. And then I'm going to hit ls again to see it's there. Of course, I now have uploader.python right here. Guys, we're making progress. Woohoo! Awesome. So if you're seeing this for the first time, this is what the window looks like. And it's great. I don't know. Yeah, it's what's going on here. Okay, so here's my terminal window. Awesome. I've got that there. Now I need the next step. So my folder structure should look like this. Absolutely love this. Going to go back to the instructions here. And if you're watching this, thank you so much for staying with me. I'm just so grateful that you're here. We've got lots of people on the live stream. And yeah, my live stream is going strong. All right, perfect. Python script for StreamYard. I love shoulda, woulda, coulda says. I just love how technology is awesome. So, okay, my folder structure should look like this. Awesome. Both files are up there. Okay. So I'm going to reply to this one and say, yeah, I'm just going to be like, okay, these files, this is done. Right? So what's next? That's a great question. So install Python dependencies. So we need to install this, which is all this list of stuff. So I'm going to copy this and put this right back into, you guessed it, the terminal. So we're going back to our terminal. We should name our terminal like, what should our terminal name be? Maybe it's like Genesis, little Vision Pro in there. All right. So now we're going wild. We're going pretty wild here. We're doing a little bit of an update here. You can see it's just doing all of its thing. I'm just going to let that run here. And it looks like it's done. Okay, let me know when it finishes. It's done. Okay, it's still going strong. Look at that. That is so cool. Now run the script for the first time. So I'm going to CD into it, and I'm going to run the script. So here, all right, so it says it's wanting to find a device on local network, allow. It's connecting to Google Drive. It's now opening up a browser window. It's opening up David Go. Back to safety. We're going to continue. We continue. Flow has completed. Close this window. All right. Application flow has drop a video file to watch the folder, upload them. Okay. So I'm curious, how do I make sure the destination folder? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go now to my drive folder. So what I'm going to do here is make this window super small, and it's now listening. It created a new folder called David Daily Video. So I'm gonna go check my Google Drive because obviously, like, now I'm really curious, like, did this actually make a Google Drive folder? So I'm gonna go to Google Drive real quick and check this. I am using a browser called Comet and Atlas. And let's see. Oh, guys, there's a folder called David Daily. Come on, somebody. Can I get a whoop whoop? All right. So I'm going to show that to you. So I use Comet, which is, or well, actually Atlas is a browser by ChatGPT. And I just pulled this up and there it is, David Daily Video. So, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to drag and drop the first episode of David Daily into here, which I believe I have in my uploaded folders. So I'm basically right now I've got 2 folders on my local desktop open. One is, of course, the uploader itself. And then the other is like actually like the location of like the StreamYard folder. So I have downloads, but I'm gonna go to users, David Goecke. I had the StreamYard recordings folder. I'm going to put a video file in there right now. And that video file is, where's the first episode? Okay, maybe I'm gonna go into StreamYard and see if I can't find that. So I have a StreamYard Studio, as you know, that's how I'm recording this. And I'm gonna go click View, and I'm gonna go click Download Episode 1 on December 1st. Download the recording. Awesome, there it goes. It's downloading. It's downloading so fast. I love fast internet. Woohoo! We're doing 320 megabytes. The David Daily. Let's go. Okay, David Daily. So the David Daily News Show. EP001. It's like EP001. Okay, so I'm going to drag and drop that in here. And what I want to do actually is I want to go and watch that Python. I want to go watch that Python uploader because we got like a watchdog listener on there. So what that means is that every time I upload a file to this folder, right, this is the folder that you saw, okay? This folder right here. So it's got folder right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually drop this file in here, and then I'm going to watch the terminal. Shoot. Ah! Don't lose it. Don't lose the folder. Don't lose the folder. Okay, here's the folder. Here's the terminal. Let's see what happens as I upload this into, I'm just going to call it EP001. Let's see what happens. And it looks like a new file was it was found by the listener. So I've got my listener listening. Look at that. It's uploading. Come on, somebody. Come on. Come on, somebody. Come on. We got our first Python script going strong. Come on. We know we could do it. We know we could do it. 81%. I love that. So I moved that file there and it's completed. And it gives me a link. And it says it's moved to uploaded. Come on. Let's go. So excited. This is so exciting. I'm so incredibly excited. So now we got to go look and test. We always got to verify. Trust, but verify is what I always say. So I'm going to go into my file structure right here. I just shared this with you. Click on uploaded. EP001 is there. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Somebody out there in the world, I know that you're kind of like amazed by this. Let's go automatically. Now the real key. What's the real key? It's the go key, obviously. But the real key is Big W, the chat says, let's go. The real key is seeing if it is in Google Drive. That's going to be the real key. That is going to be the real key. So I'm going to go to the Daily David video. There it is. Come on, somebody. Come on, David Daily video is live. Awesome. Absolutely love that. Now we have a long form video up there, and that can go out to all the channels, which is incredible. Can't wait. So let's see. Oh, it's big. So it says download the video. Awesome. So that's okay. So we have this here. So every file that I upload to here is going to automatically get pulled into that script. So now I'm curious, if I get out of this script, if I just like exit, I'm curious where the logs. New video detected, watching for new videos, drop video files in the watch folder, uploaded them, press Control C to stop. Control C to stop. Okay. Exit, Control C. Oh, Control C to stop. Okay, Control C, stopping. So, okay, my script is done. So now if I want to start it, I just need to go to start it again. So I'm curious, if I upload something there right now, will it actually go into the file? So now what I'm going to do is do some actual testing here. And what I want to do now is essentially close out this loop and test if I have to have the Python actually running, or if I can just have it like, will it be running in the background type of a thing. But if I go here and I say, all right, episode 002, EP002, which I have already downloaded, so I'm going to put it here. Yeah, it's not going to run because my Python script's not running. So I stopped the Python script, but what I need to do is have an automatic, once I'm done downloading the episode, then I can open up my terminal and I can go back and I can actually run it, or I can actually run this script. And when I run this script, Python, I can go into that folder, Python 3 uploader Python 3, and then I can have a script that I think I could actually automatically run that. So if I do Python uploader 3, yeah, it's looking for new videos. So I don't know. What's up, STJ Pond? So I think that maybe I just need to like open the listener file and then drop the listener folder in there. New videos detected, waiting for a file to finish downloading. And it's uploading right now. Yeah, that's incredible. So I have EP002. I wonder if there's an EP003. December 1st, I'm going to delete that. Yeah, so I basically need to, I need to basically move all these files directly to the show. And it's 107 now. I do got to get going here soon, fellas. But I'm very excited about this. So once it's done uploading, 77%, yeah, once this is done uploading, it's going to finish. So 86%. So basically now I can go to StreamYard and I can download all of my StreamYard episodes. So I have 2 going, I have 3 going, download the recording. So I got that. I can download the 4th one, download, boom, download the 5th one, boom, download the 6th one, boom. And now I essentially need an agent that will come onto the show here and yeah, basically do whatever I needed to do for yeah, date added, David Daily, LinkedIn banner. Okay, so now I have all these downloads going and I can check my downloads, which I got pretty good speed here, like, you know, 400 megabytes a second type of a thing. Thanks, Jesse. Awesome. And then now what I'm gonna do is, now that I have these, they gotta get renamed, I think. And then I can just put them into the folder itself, and then it's done basically, which is awesome. And so now what I'm doing is I'm just downloading all those video files, which they're going fast. I'm like literally crushing my video right now. And then once it's done, it will rename it, I think. Okay, so EP005. EP205. So like every time I drop something, I'll just show you what I'm seeing on my side. So every time I drop something into that folder, my yeah, here's this. So this guy right here is gonna pop off. So I've got episode 2 done. I'm gonna go drop episode 5 in there and just start dropping episodes in there. So episode 4, Daily David episode 6, BP006, episode 6, episode 4, right? EP004, good, and then EP003. So just put 003 in there as well. And I'm gonna put all these in here. Perfect. So now I have all these items in my folder basically going. And you can see it's uploading, looks like it's uploading episode 5, the one I just did. So now I can go back and actually check my Google Drive to see where exactly that is going. So right here, I was looking at Google Drive. I believe Google Drive folder was right here, daily video. So now I have episode 2 there. And as soon as this other one finishes, episode 5, I think was next. Yeah, there it is, boom. Now it's saying, oh yeah, it detected episode 6, which is awesome. And that is right here, episode 6. So we can see this, the terminal's still running. So yeah, this is a YouTube script, and it's going really strong, which I'm very, very thankful for. And that concludes the AI demonstration. So this is a very simple example of how to upload a video to a YouTube subscription directly from your computer. So easy. I mean, if this was an easy step-by-step process on this 1-hour episode, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, lean in, do the hard, and make the most of it as you're thinking about, well, we want to focus on artificial intelligence workloads. How do we actually make that happen? But what we do is we lean in with the demonstration and we just make it happen. So finally, we have our segment, Beyond the Bag. One of my favorite segments is where I pull something out of my bag. And today, like I told you, I was going to pull up my custom branded Kelley School of Business laptop bag. This has a lot of things in it. I would tell you that when I'm going on the road, I always have this bag with me. And the first thing that I have is actually a random piece. It is a feather ink pen from the Amalfi Coast in Italy. How wonderful. This is an Amalfi pen from Amalfi Coast. I love it because I write a lot with ancient ink. Okay, and then of course I have refill ink cartridges that I put in a plastic bag so that they don't get all over the place, which actually had one of my inks explode. Fun fact. All right, what else is in here? Then I recently picked up this Gospel of John Living Water. Here you go for TikTok, and here you go for Instagram and the feed. I love this. It was a nice little freebie gift, and now I can read a little bit about the Gospel of John. I love picking up these little religious pamphlets. And then, of course, The Outsiders, which is a playbill from Broadway. If you haven't been to New York City in Broadway, you have to go to Broadway. And there are many theaters on Broadway. I am a Broadway newbie, but The Outsiders is definitely a must-see, must-view, must-do. And so Broadway is one of my favorite things on the planet. So you got to check this out. This is how you do it. Broadway is exactly what I care about. I love it. This is my favorite show. This won the Tonys. The Outsiders is just a wonderful show. Now, the tip on the show, if you want to see Broadway and you're in New York City, but you don't have a ton of time and you don't have a lot of money, this is exactly how you do it. You go to the Broadway box office, and the first thing that you do is you ask them for the cheapest tickets, including standing room and obstructed view for the show that night. Now, all of the shows go on at the same exact time. I didn't know this, but if you go into Broadway, everyone goes to the show, say it's like 8 p.m. Everyone in the city is going to see this show at 8 p.m. So I would say, would love to do that. And it looks like Jessie says she loves Broadway. Chicago was the last Broadway show I saw. I think it was like 2010. Yeah, you got to go to Broadway, and there you go. The next thing is, of course, we saw a deck of cards, but I also have this, which is 50 states. And I'm writing a book right now called All 50. So in the Beyond the Bag, we're looking at what is in my IU bag. And of course, I recently got some Black Heritage stamps. I love these Black Heritage stamps. They are the best. Black Heritage stamps are awesome. And Alan Toussaint is the Black Heritage stamp. So I put these in here. But I'm writing a book actually about every state. And so we've got, for example, one of my favorite states, and I've been in a lot lately, is none other than this state of New York. So that's a favorite state. And so that's that. Then the next thing is, of course, my journal, which I shared previously on a Beyond the Bag episode. I've got my journal for the year. And there's some other goodies in here, like always have to have chopsticks and pens. So I love chopsticks. I love pens. So I have a pair of cooking chopsticks. So that's these chopsticks. You may have seen these from like a pho place, or like these are more like larger pho chopsticks, or like chopsticks that can get like lots of big items. And then I have my Seattle chopsticks, which are these little bamboo pickers. And you can see in the camera, it's like, yeah, chopsticks. So that's always in here because you know what? You never know when you need a pair of chopsticks as a half Korean man. All right, we're coming up on 1 hour, guys. This is the 7th episode. Can you believe it? We've done 7 episodes every single day. So if you're tuning in for the first time, or maybe this is your second time, or maybe you're seeing this on replay and you're like, you know what? This character is pretty interesting. I want to keep following him. I am committed to doing this every day, going live on all of your major platforms, and the podcast platforms will start to produce as well. And I just want to encourage you that if you're not on LinkedIn, you can actually go find me on LinkedIn, and I would encourage you to create a LinkedIn profile. There is the power of going live, and then there's the power of going live on LinkedIn. And so if you go and you search for that today, you can find my profile here, which I'll share with you right now. It is just a very simple profile. Here is my LinkedIn profile. Just click follow. And then down here, what you'll see is we actually have some events coming up. And if I click on events, we've got one for right now, which is the live show. I'm not going to click on that. But for tomorrow, we have the David Daily Show. And this is where you can actually see the event. And this is what it looks like. So you are here on the David Daily Show. We're going live daily at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 a.m. Pacific. So this is the latest graphic of the show. We will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. That's right, every single day, 11 a.m. Cannot wait. Globally, locally, right here in your back pocket. So thank you for watching the show today. It's really great. I'm glad we got the Python uploader done today. It is so great. We'll be able to get those videos live and ready to go. Actually, I want to check on that. Is it done? I think it's done. Let me check. Is it done? Is it done? Is it going to be all done? The recordings, are they done? Who could it be? This animal who oddity, can you know this mystery? La 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 la. La 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 la. All right, drive.google.com. Checking on that latest. Where is the latest? My drive, the David Daily video. Folks, we're cooking. We are cooking on all of the episodes. Just like that, while we're on this, how crazy is that? We got it all done. And I couldn't have done it without you all watching, encouraging me, sharing along the way, just to show you the social proof. We have all the episodes here in David Daily Video. These episodes are huge. And of course, I've got them on my local hard drive as well, so I can do all the video editing. All right. On that, I'm going to close out the show for today. Thank you so much for watching across all major platforms. We're on LinkedIn Live, first and foremost, the most important investment. We're also on all of the other shows. And I love that we've got some comments in here. Nothing beats Greece. Says cheap viewers, remove the blah. We've got some other comments like David Goecke, all this stuff. We got StreamYard saying, hey, what's up? So lots of comments. Look, if you love this show today, if you love this live stream, I would love for you to share this with a friend, send it to your partner, whether it's your business partner or your romantic partner, send it to a family member, send it to someone to show them how easy it is to build with emerging technology. And of course, tune in daily for your daily news segment. All right, with that, I'm going to close this live stream down and I will see you tomorrow.